In this unit, we'll talk about some of the limitations we'll encounter when designing a file that will be imported into Genexus. Understanding these limitations is crucial to ensure a successful import and to optimize the workflow between design and development. One of the most relevant limitations when working with Figma is the use of variables. Currently, Figma variables that include types like number, text, Boolean, and color are only available via API for enterprise accounts. This means that even though any user can use variables in their designs regardless of their account type, reading variables from external tools, like in this case, Design Import, is restricted and does not apply to all plans. While variables allow you to manage and organize design elements more efficiently, currently Genexus only supports styles. For this reason, it is not recommended to rely on variables for design import. Instead, as we mentioned in the previous module, it is advisable to use text and color styles in Figma or define variables directly in Genexus. Another limitation we encounter is variants. It's important to mention that although Figma allows you to create variants to manage different states of a component, such as buttons in their default, hover, disabled, etc. states, these variants are translated in Genexus as independent components. This means that when importing, each variant will be considered a separate object, which can complicate the management and maintenance of the design. For example, looking at this case, we have a button with 2 hierarchy variants and several states defined in Figma. When importing this set of variants into Genexus, each one will be translated as a different button control. Therefore, instead of having a button with 8 variants, we will have 9 button controls. This can lead to confusion if these variants are not properly named, since the developer will have to manually identify each variant in the application. We do not discourage the use of variants at all. Rather, we recommend strictly following best practices for layer naming and the use of conventions that we mentioned in the previous module. By understanding these limitations and applying the best practices discussed, we can optimize the import process and ensure that our designs are effectively integrated into Genexus. In the next module, we will continue exploring more technical aspects and necessary adjustments to ensure a successful import.